We take it easy during our last few days in Iran. Our guided tour through Turkmenistan starts in Ashgabat, immersed in nothing less than a fantasy novel. The visit to the Akhal-Teke stables is an interesting diversion. Then, utter emptiness, all to experience the highlight of a night camp at the gates of hell. Our journey through Iran comes to an end in the North Khorasan province as we prepare to cross borders. Our visas only allow us to stay in Turkmenistan for 5 days, hence we can first spend a couple of days in Ashgabat, then drive in an almost straight line from south to north to the Karakum desert. Our destination is Köneürgench. Altogether, we have been in Iran for 40 days and we treasure some of the most beautiful moments in our journey thus far. It's a truly wonderful country with stunning landscapes from mountains to seaside to deserts, but above all, it has some of the most charming and lovely people one can meet. Thank you, Iran. This is from our second last night camp in Iran, a peaceful and lovely ambience. We are in the North Khorasan province, 100 kilometers from the Turkmen border, which we need to cross on a specific date that we prearranged months ago. So rather than roaming around, we take it easy and take the opportunity to stock up on goods that are always handy while overlanding, and these shops selling all sorts of nuts and sweets are definitely a must stop. We also need to fill our diesel tank, and this one will certainly go into our records book. We bought 68 liters of diesel for a whopping $1.80. Isn't that insane? We meet up with Vipke, Toby and Finn. We will be driving through Turkmenistan together. We are just a few kilometers from the border in order to ensure that we reach the customs before 8 tomorrow morning. Despite fortresses and other military infrastructure, we had a quiet night after having talked long into the night about our experiences and adventures. A truly interesting exchange. The customs check and procedures take longer than expected, requiring a lot of patience, but eventually we are let through. Well escorted by our tour guide, we make our way towards the nearby Ashgabat on a level and absolutely perfect tarmac road. What a surprise that is! Driving to the capital center, We feel as though we are in a movie. We seem to have arrived on another planet, like Disneyland in real life. Ashgabat is all white and gold. White marble for buildings and the compulsory white color for all cars. Gold is to emphasize wealth and prosperity. Everything is clinically clean and neat. There are dark green trees and bushes everywhere, and water springs from hundreds of fountains, considering that we are technically in the Karakum Desert. In the outskirts, there are still few old houses built during the Soviet era, well hidden by modern facade though. Everything else has been built in the last couple of decades, in particular the flamboyant government building and monuments. Not much history to tell you about, so keep an eye on the captions below. Can you guess what this is? This is a Ferris wheel recognized by the Guinness World Record as the world's tallest Ferris wheel in an enclosed space. The structure is 95 meters tall and it's called the Alem, which means the universe. We are actually not supposed to take pictures of the President Palace, but it would be a shame not to show you this magnificent complex. In our opinion, Ashgabat is a unique display of glamour and elegance in a country otherwise in need of much development, and you will see why later on. We are at the old Nisa fortress, admiring the poppies and this lovely local couple in traditional costume. Nisa was an ancient settlement of the Parthians. Unfortunately, the excavated elements have been left exposed to erosive rains without any conservation effort. The Ruhi or Gipjak Mosque is a true piece of classic yet modern art. It was built in the hometown of the president and unveiled in October 2004. The mosque is so clean, almost like a photoshopped image, and in the center you can hear the amazing echo from the cupola. At last, we visit the renowned hippodrome and government stable to admire a dozen of Turkmen horses.
Thin skin, you can see the wings. Check it out.
Frankly, we have no clue about horses, but we are told that the local breed of the Akhal-Teke is one of the very best. They are a national emblem with the reputation for speed and endurance, intelligence, and a distinctive metallic sheen. We are back on the road, driving north through the Karakum Desert. Adventuring into the Turkmen steppe isn't for the faint-hearted, be it only for the deep potholes that you must try to quickly avoid while speeding along at 80 kilometers an hour. We thought we were going fast enough, but there is apparently a faster way to speed over these nasty potholes. After a few hours' drive from Ashgabat, we arrive in Darvaza, where there is literally nothing at all, apart from a few craters. The first one is a dry crater that happens to have a number of fire pits and some patches of bubbling mud at the bottom, spewing some noxious fumes. Let's beware of falling in. The next is a water crater, not really the best pool to take a bath in, as the water is boiling hot and unfortunately polluted with thousands of empty bottles. The real reason we came all the way to see the gates of hell is, however, the Darvaza fire crater. There are already a couple of overlanders here, this being the attraction in all of Turkmenistan. This was a natural gas field that collapsed into an underground cavern. Geologists intentionally set it on fire to prevent the spread of methane gas, hoping it would burn out within weeks, but it has been spitting fire continuously since 1971. The gas crater has a total area of over 5,000 square meters, a diameter of 70 meters and a depth of 30 meters. Our guide is offering us a succulent chicken barbecue, the perfect dinner in the middle of this desert. But it's at night that the fire crater displays its full potential. When it gets cool, you can feel the heat even more. Just make sure you stay on the upwind side. The fumes on the other side are truly toxic. After midnight, we become spectators of a unique show. Thousands of birds in formation dancing over the fire crater, probably to catch insects. What a spectacular sight! Back on the road with even deeper potholes and some rain too. Dreaming of the amazing 6-lane roads in Ashgabat. What a gigantic contrast. The second half of the Karakum Desert crosses the Dazoguts province, which will eventually lead us to Köneürgench, where we visit Old-Urgench. This is where the Silk Road passed in medieval times, at the crossroad of Eastern and civilizations. This important archaeological site includes well-preserved monuments dating from the 11th to the 16th century. The influence of the architectural style and craftsmanship reached Iran, Afghanistan and also India. It comprises of mosques, the gates of a caravanserai, fortresses, mausoleums, and this Kutlug-Timur minaret, perhaps the most striking structure here, measuring 60 meters in height with a 12-meter diameter at its base. Our 5-day crossing through Turkmenistan is over as we move on to the next country, but that's a story for next time.